Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you how to create such PageView swiped effect in Flutter. Please consider supporting me on Patreon or donate me and buy me a coffee.
The original design is actually a movie app. I will share the original design link in the description. Because of copyright issues, I won't use or show the actual images. I don't watch movies, I have no idea about them, I just downloaded them from the internet.
Anyway, create a new Flutter project, call it movie app. Open in VS Code and delete all comments. Run the app and also delete the title. Before we write any code, we need to add assets. Create a folder, call it assets. Download the source code from GitHub, link in the description. Open the assets folder and drag all 4 images to the assets folder in our project. Then open pubspec.yaml file and add this assets folder. Create a new dot file, name it movie.dot. Create a class, call it movie. This is the model class. Inside that class, create 3 final variables: title and image of type string and index of type int, and require them in the constructor. Then after this class, declare this list. You can pause and type, or you can copy it from the description. Back to main.dot file, delete my homepage class. Create a new file, call it homeview.dot. Inside that, create a homeview stateful widget. Open main.dot file and import homeview and return homeview to material app home property. Back to the homeview.dot file. Inside the state class, declare a state variable movies of type list of movie. Assign empty list and import our movie model class. Override init state. We are going to map over the raw data. Inside the callback, we get the map of string and dynamic in each iteration. This piece of code. Call it data and return a movie object. Use keys to access each value of map and pass it to the object. This map method has return type of iterable. We need to convert it to list. Call toList on it to convert it to list. And finally, store it in movies variable. Import Flutter services. Inside the build method, delete the container. Return annotated region of generic type system UI overlay style. Return system UI overlay style to value property. Set the status bar brightness to dark. Next, return scaffold to child property. Set the background color to black. Return PageView.builder to its child. Inside this item builder callback function, return a container for now. Create a new file, name it moviedetails.dot. Inside that file, create a stateless widget movie details. Declare a final variable movie of type movie, import movie. Add this to positioner require parameter. Inside the build method, return box decoration to decoration property. Set the color to white. Return column to its children. Inside the column's children, return image.access. Pass movies.image. set height to 290, width double.infinity, and fit box pick the cover. Go back home view, import movie details dot. Remove this container and return movie details. Pass a movie using index. Set item kind to movies.length and run the app. And we can see the page view with images. Open movie details.dot file. Wrap image asset wheel clip R rect and set corner radius to 16. Wrap it with padding all direction 32. Hot reload the app. After this padding, add a text with a path movie.title. Set this text style to style property. This will show the movie title. Next, add a row, set main axis alignment to center. 2 is children past list.generate length is 5. Add a star icon, set size to 20, color to orange. Reload the app. We need to add a size box with height 16 between the title and stars. Up here inside the container, set this margin. This will push the container from top and add separation between pages. We need to make this corner rounded. So set the border radius to border radius.vertical, set top to radius.circular 32. Also add box shadow. Inside the square brackets, pass box shadow, set color to black with opacity 0.08 and blur radius 4.0. Go back to home view. At the top, declare page controller and inside init state initialize it. Set viewport fraction to 0.8. At the top, declare a state variable current index of type int. Assign 0 to it and set initial page to current index. Pass this page controller to page view. Restart the app and you should see something like this. Next, we have to animate the page offset when they are scrolled. Create a new file, call it animatedpages.dot. At the top, define two type def. One is child builder, which is a function of return type widget, text index int and build context. Another is onPage change callback, which is a function of return type void, text int index. Create a stateless widget, call it animated pages. Declare page controller, which is initialized in home view and will be passed here to page view. Page value of type double. This is the value from page controller.page. Child is a callback function will be returned from page view item builder. Page count is total pages count. OnPage change callback will be passed to onPage change property of page view and require them in the constructor. Inside the build method, return PageView.builder. Pass onPage change callback to onPage change property. Set the physics to clamping scroll physics because we don't want this spinning over scroll effect. Pass page controller to controller, pass page count to item count. Finally, inside the item builder callback, return child pass index and context. Go back to home view and up here, declare a state variable page value of type double assigned 0.0 initial value. Inside the init state, add a listener to page controller. Inside this callback, set page value to pageController.page, force unwrap null value. Put it inside set state. Inside the scaffold body, delete PageView and return animated pages. Pass pageController page value and page count movies.length. Inside the on-page change callback, set current index to index and wrap set state. Inside child callback, return movie details. Movies. Using this index pass movie. Restart the app. And everything is working fine. And also there is no spring over scroll effect. Inside the build method, print page value. And scroll pages. And we can see the value is changing fractions. We will use this value to offset each page based on the index. Open animated pages. Inside this item builder, convert this to block body. Here add if and check index is equal to page value dot floor plus 1 or index is equal to page value dot floor plus 2, which is the pages that are on the right side, and we need to offset this. So inside the curly braces, return transform.translate set offset. X is 0 and Y is 100 times index minus page value. And return child callback function to its child. Inside the else, return child callback function. This is the middle page and we don't want any offset here. Reload the app. We can see the pages on the right side is now offset. Now we need to offset left side. After the if block, add a if check. Index is equal to page value dot floor or index is equal to page value dot floor minus 1. Then return transform.translate offset x is 0 and y is 100 times page value minus index. Return child callback function to its child. Reload the app and we can see it looks perfect. Next, time to build the background image sliding. The idea is to put images in stack, then clip them in a rectangle shape. So create a new file, call it image clipper. Create a class image clipper extends from custom clipper of generic type path. There are two overrides, one is getClip and another is shouldReclip. Declare a final variable, call it progress of type double. This is the page scroll value, so we can use it and clip the shape. Require this in the constructor. Inside the getClip, initialize path. And add a rect. We are going to draw a rectangle shape. Inside this method, pass rect dot from LTRB, which is the four sides of rectangle. The starting point of path is top left corner, which is 0, 0 in XY plane. Inside the constructor, left and top is 0. right is maximum width, which is size.width. Bottom is maximum height, which is size.height. And return path. But we need to animate the rectangle width from left to right. So here type size.width minus size.width, which is 0. Multiply size.width with progress. Since progress value is 0 to 1.0, this way we can animate. Return true should reclipse function. That means it will rebuild when value changes. Create a new file, name it imageslider.dart. Import image clipper. Create a stateless widget, call it image slider. Declare 3 final variable. Index is the index of the item in the list, not page index, don't get confused. Image is the asset image location. Page value, which is the value from page controller, add them in the constructor. Inside the build method, return image.asset pass image. Set height to double the infinity and fit box speed.cover. Go back to home view. Wrap animated pages in stack. We are going to stack images behind animated pages. Inside the build method at the top, reverse the movies list and store in a variable. Call it reverse movies list. Inside the stack children before animated pages, add another stack to its children. We are going to map over reversed movies list and pass list of image slider. Inside the map callback, we get movie return image slider. Pass page value and image movies.image, then index to movie index -1. Since page value starts from 0.0 but our index count starts from 1, if you remember. Call toList at the end of the map function. Run the app and we can see the image is in the back. But it's not animating or clipping at this moment. We will fix that, but before that we need to add a gradient behind the animated pages. Add a container here before animated pages. Return box decoration to decoration. Return linear gradient to gradient. Begin top center, end bottom center. Color, pass colors.transparent to colors.white and stop 0.3 and 0.8. Reload the app and you can see the gradient. Create a new file, call it moviebutton.dart. Create a stateful widget moviebutton. Inside the container, set margin to symmetric horizontal 62, set padding to symmetric vertical 18. Box decoration, set colors.black 87 and circular border radius 8. Set alignment to center. Pass text to the child, set buy ticket in caps. And set this text style. Go back to home view and import movie button. After the animated page, add movie button. We need to position this widget, so wrap positioned. Set bottom 32, left and right 0. Open image slider and wrap image assets with clip path. Pass image clipper to clipper property and call getProgress function to progress. After the build method, create getProgress function, return type double. From here, return 0 and reload. We don't see any image. This value makes the rectangle width 0. If we return 1 and reload, we can see images. This value makes the rectangle width to maximum. So check if index is equal to PageView.floor. Then return 1.0 minus page value minus index. I will explain this in a bit. Else 1.0 and reload the app, and we can see the top image is now clipping. If we move to page 2, then the top image returning its original size. We need to add another check to make sure it's clipped to 0. So after the if block, add else if and check index less than PageView.floor. Return 0.0 and reload the app, and now it's working. Now I'm going to explain this line. If we remove 1.0 from here and try to scroll, we can see the clipping is the opposite direction. To reverse the clipping, we have to subtract this value from 1, and page value is from 0.0 to 1.0, then 2.0 and so on, and we want only value from 0.0 to 1.0. This is why we are subtracting index from page value. Alright, this is the end of the tutorial. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Assalamu alaikum.